welcome back to the job site. I'm going to share with you in this video just some of the efficiency setup that I have for my miter saw, stuff that helps me work more efficiently on the job site. And just recently I've been able to acquire a nicer setup. I went ahead and got the Flex Volt from DeWalt, and then Custom Fabricating Solutions was nice enough to send me the zero clearance inserts for the fence, and then the easy speedy fence that you can see me using with the strut stops. So I'll share with you a few things that help me at the miter saw become way more efficient, and that I've learned that help me not to fumble around with things. So we'll start with the zero clearance fence. And the zero clearance fence, I have that right next to my blade, hence the name zero clearance. So I can hook my tape measure onto this zero clearance fence and then adjust a strut stop, which I have on the easy speedy fence, and I can adjust that to, let's say I want to put it at 25 inches. So I'll loosen it and then I can move this freely, and then I'll put it at 25 inches and then I'll tighten that up, and then I can micro adjust that too. It's basically, the idea of this is that it eliminates the pencil. So it's a pretty interesting idea that they have here. So I'm going to put that against the strut stop and make this cut. And we'll check it out, see how I did. And I'm right on 25 inches. So it's a really nice feature to have to your miter saw, and especially like how we're doing today, we're going to make repeatable cuts. We can just slide this over and then make our next cut, slide this over, and keep the assembly line rolling. Works really good for wainscoting and stuff like that. Now DeWalt has one of the material stops on this stand. This is their heavy duty miter saw stand from DeWalt. But to be honest with you, it's really not that good, and it's not that reliable. It has a lot of movement in it. This thing is really stout and rigid, so it's not going to go anywhere. So that's one of the things that I've recently updated to help me with job site efficiency. The next thing you might have noticed, whenever I made that cut, you may have heard that vacuum turn on. And what that is I recently got this foot pedal. And it's a momentary foot pedal, so it'll actually activate any tool that I plug into it momentarily. So you can use this for any tool. I don't really recommend it for, you know, heavy duty tools, because you might accidentally step on it and may not be the best scenario for that. But for a vacuum, this thing is amazing. I'll show you how it works. It's super simple, and that's going to help obviously with dust control. So here's the foot pedal. Just real simple foot pedal. It's really cheap on Amazon. I think I paid like $24 or $25 for this, but I was really surprised with the quality. It has like a nice grip on it, and it seems to be pretty heavy duty. Now the other side of it, where it does the momentary activation, you've got your standard connection, and then in the back of that, another standard connection, and that's super simple. So this goes into your extension cord or whatever you're using, and then the tool goes into the back of that. And then anytime you activate the pedal, obviously with your foot, very convenient. So that's going to be something that's going to save some years of my life, especially working with MDF. But the best part about this setup is that since I'm running the Flex Volt, I'm not pulling all this power, and I'm going to break the circuit with the miter saw and with the vacuum at the same time. We used to have a setup similar to this with my old miter saw. It was the old DeWalt one I used to have. Same exact setup, just not battery powered. And we would trip the breakers pretty often in the houses, and it was a little inconvenient for us. And this little wheel that we have, this extension wheel, this extension cord wheel with the 4 outlets on it, it actually has its own little breaker that trips too. So sometimes it would trip that one, and sometimes it would trip the one in the house. But since this is on its own system, it's using the 2 9 amp hour batteries, the 60 volt maxes, there's not going to be that issue with having this and this running at the same time. So they're not pulling power from one another. All right, so there you have it. That's 4 things that really improve my job site setup at the miter saw. Maybe you can incorporate some of this into yours, and it definitely makes me a lot more efficient on the job site. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all on the next video. Take care.